Good evening, my lovelies, and a very warm welcome to another episode in the series Driving to Work on a Thursday, where I can't be asked to make a proper video with decent content during the day, but want to get a video out. So just record the drive to work, try and think of something to talk about, try and start the car, and shamelessly put it out there, expecting you to watch it and not skip the adverts. Thank you very much. Remember the golden rule of Boaty's world: when the adverts come on, leave your knob alone. Don't touch that knob. You know the rules. Oh, normal service. I forgot to bring the bin back in. At least I remembered to put it out. That's something, isn't it? So, it's Thursday evening. It's bloody cold. The roads have been gritted. A slight vestige of light in the sky on the horizon. I have got a couple of things to talk to you about. Actually, now I come to think of it. Just hang on while I wait for a gap so I can... There we go. There we go. Okay, well, there was the Airbnb news that I didn't tell you last night, except I did. I didn't put it on the video last night when I was driving home because, well, I thought I'd already rattled on in that one long enough. I thought I'd save it for today. But I did talk about it at not inconsiderable length on the live stream. So all of you live stream watchers will be pretty much fully up to speed, but we can still talk about that a bit. And the other thing is Premier Inn. I reached out to Premier Inn last night and explained the situation, explained that I was going to do some filming, blah blah blah. Had a breakdown. I kind of said, look, I know that it's I know that I was after the cut-off for amending a booking. Their cut-off is 1 p.m. and it was an hour or two after that I broke down. I said, but a couple of things. One, it's Christmas, and two, I run a YouTube channel and social media things. So look, if you'd like to just make an exception and allow the booking to be amended, give me another night in lieu, then I'll make sure you get lots of lovely publicity, and people will see what a wonderful, caring company you are at Christmas. And they kind of very politely replied saying, "Nah, get stuffed. We don't give away free nights. That's not something that we do." And I said, well, strictly speaking now, it's not exactly a free night, is it? Because I paid for a room that, not, through no fault of yours, but I paid for a room that didn't get used. So I'm not asking for something for nothing. And you say it's something that you don't do, but you allow bookings to be amended in terms of the dates, but you put an arbitrary cut-off on it of 1 p.m. So if I'd have broken down at 1:15, I could have done it. So you can't say it's something that you don't do, because you do. You just do it before a certain time. And I'm just asking if you'd be willing to make a little exception in the spirit of festive good cheer, and no good deed goes unrewarded. I'll make sure that you get loads of publicity from the video, and I'll do a nice review of the hotel and whatnot. And they came back and said, nah, not doing that. Wouldn't be fair on everybody else if we made them stick to the rules and didn't make it. So So, I mean, they were very polite and they were very professional, but it was also a very definite kind of fuck you. But there you go, it was worth a try. But that gave me another thought. Right, as you know, in Carnarvon, which is where I was supposed to be, on the same Victoria Dock complex, there are the Travelodge and the Premier Inn. I stayed in the Travelodge last time. This time it was only a few quid more expensive and free Wi-Fi and all of that. I went for the Premier Inn. So, you know, God loves a tryer, doesn't he? So I'm going to fire off a message to Travelodge tonight, marked for the attention of their marketing department, and I shall tell them what's happened and say, look, here's a nice little PR opportunity for you. Premier Inn have not been full of the Christmas spirit. How would you guys like to step in and say, okay, our main competitors have been a bit grinchy and a bit un-Christmassy and left you in the lurch and out of pocket. So as an expression of Christmas goodwill, we will step in and we will give you a room in lieu of the one that you pay for. You never know, it's worth a try. It'd be a real fuck you to Premier Inn if they did that. Right, just want to have a look at the lights go. Yeah. I think we're about 15 minutes too late for this to really look spectacular. 15 minutes ago, I think that skyline really would have been something to behold. Although you can't hold the skyline, obviously. You know what I mean. And there's that star or whatever it is. What did somebody say it was? Oh, I've forgotten that. I thought it might be Venus. I think somebody said it might be Jupiter. It's incredibly bright. Look, it's standing out like a sore thumb. Gosh, it is a cold one, my lovelies. Now, what is this thing we're stuck behind? Oh, look, everybody. What is it? 1, 2, 3, all together now. Tractor! Now, the Lord of Sod would insist that this tractor will be going exactly the same route that we want to go. That's how these things normally work, isn't it? Overtaking a larger vehicle like that is, to all intents and purposes, impossible on these lanes, on those trays. No, senor, not on those trays. No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mantequilla. Burro. Yes, he is. He's going our way, isn't he? Mantequilla. Burro is EO. True story. When myself and the mothership were on one of our Spanish road trips. Now, I don't speak Spanish, just to make that absolutely clear. Not even a smattering. And we were in a restaurant having lunch, and we were served bread rolls at the beginning of the meal, but there was no butter with them. And the restaurant owner, this was very rural Spain, and the restaurant owner didn't speak any English, or wouldn't admit to it anyway. And I suddenly remembered that thanks to Faulty Towers, I knew the word for butter, mantequilla. One of the very few Spanish words I know, and I only know it thanks to Faulty Towers. I had managed to learn please, so I was able to say mantequilla, por favor. And we got our butter. So, good old Faulty Towers, eh? Faulty Towers saved the day. Now, obviously, he's not. I was just about to say, obviously, the rig, look at me knowing words like that. I was going to say, obviously, the rig in front will be going straight over, because that's the way that we're going. But he was indicating right, although he's stopped indicating right now. So, has he changed his mind? Where is he going? Straight over? Oh, no, he's re-indicated. He is turning right. So that's good. We will be set free to explore the power and ultimate velocity of this Rover 25, equipped as it is with an L series diesel engine. Bloody hell, where's all this traffic come from? You are not supposed to be here. This is not traditionally a busy road. Oh God, now they're coming from the other way. If you want to guarantee you see traffic where you don't normally see traffic, just leave for work 5 minutes late. And that was only just a gap. Right, here we go. Better get me hoof down. It is going to be a busy one tonight. Just with the bookings alone, it's going to be properly busy. That's without any walk-ins that we might get. But I believe we are well staffed. In which case, it's fine. Look at all that light. I don't mean the car headlights, I mean the artificial light in the distance. Now, here's a little something to conjure with, my loves. It is only 2 more sleeps until the 21st, the winter solstice, the longest night or the shortest day, however you choose to think about it. And as I keep banging on about, for me it's the most important day of the winter. Normally, then the worst of the winter would be very much yet to come. I don't know how it is where you are, but here in the Peak, we normally have 1 or 2 weather events before Christmas, which we've had this year. And then January and February, well, the kitchen sink is normally thrown at us. I mean, I've known, from memory, I've known years when January and February were constant snow, literally constant snow. But when you're moving in the right direction, that somehow seems more bearable. The weather event that we get before the solstice, and we do always get one, it's, if you don't keep a diary, then you would forget these things, except that we live in a social media age, and Facebook Memories is wonderful for kind of spotting patterns and things like that. It's like when we got the snow back in, when was it? Was it end of November? It's not that long ago, is it? What was it? 3-4 weeks ago that we had the snow and I had the mad drives to work. But anyway, I was looking on Facebook Memories and it's amazing how many similar posts I'd made in previous years. So that seems to be the point for the pre-Christmas weather event. It comes late November, and then Christmas again tends to be milder. I can remember last Christmas being really quite mild, and Christmas Day being notable for other reasons. And I remember the year before as well. I remember going for needing to get a little break from the madness of the Christmas service in the restaurant, and just going for a walk in the churchyard next door, just in jacket and shirt and being perfectly comfortable. So Christmas tends to be mild, and then, as I say, January and February, then strap in. You're going to get the kitchen sink thrown at you weather-wise. But, as I say, you're heading in the right direction. And, oh, here we go. Greetings, Honourable Bridge. So once the solstice is out of the way, then over the last few years I've not looked forward to my birthday at all. It's been a meaningless day for 3 or 4 years. But of course, before that I would look forward to my birthday, because that was the first trip to Malta of this season. And I will look forward to my birthday this year. Not going to Malta, but I'm going to Llandudno, which will be lovely, and ticking a box that has long waited to be ticked, and doing the Grand Hotel. Yeah, looking forward to that. And then the next date of note that I will fixate on will be St. David's Day, and that is when, oh, there you go, Gritter's out. And St. David's Day for me marks the beginning of spring. There will be daffodils, not in my garden. My daffodils are always lamentably late. But yeah, by the time we hit St. David's Day, ooh, he's coming a bit rapido. I always think that we are really into spring. Here we are coming into Ripley, and for the first time in a long time, I'm not going to be obsessing over what the builders are or aren't doing. Now that I know exactly what's going on and the kind of expected timeline, I'm happy just to not even think about it. Now, I didn't talk about that on the way here, but I will talk about it on the way home, because I know I've banged on about it at length on last night's live stream, but you don't all watch live streams, so I'll bring you properly up to speed on the way home. There we go, there is Samyog's car. Amrit will be here, of course, and I believe that Bibek is here tonight as well. Anyway, let's go and see what's what, and I'll see you lot on the other side. Oh, dear me. There we are. There we are. That was actually a busy, profitable, but really enjoyable evening. Couple of tables of 2, the rest are all parties. They all had a really good time, and so did we. I'm doing my abandoning the ship bit. They're all still in there, working away, cleaning down. I'm bugger enough. I'm not proud, but neither am I ashamed. Right, let's get a bit of heat and a bit of radio for. Right then, my lovelies, I promised that I would give those of you who don't watch the live streams the update on the Airbnb projects. So here goes. Okay, first up above the restaurant at Ripley, the Sherpa's Lodge project, which, as you know, the building renovations have been going on for quite a time now. I spoke with the builders last night. Was it last night? I think it was, wasn't it? Yes, of course it was. And kind of nailed down a few things. So this is where we are at. All of the rendering and structural work, etc., is due to be finished within a week. Once it's finished, the place needs to be left to dry for 4 days with the windows open, etc., etc., and then the sanding down and painting can start, possibly running slightly concurrently with that. 2 new bathrooms are being fitted and a complete new kitchen is being fitted, and then finally new carpets going down throughout. So their estimated or hoped for or planned completion date is January the 15th. So I think we can confidently expect to be getting the keys and getting it handed over somewhere around probably early next autumn, sometime around September, October. I think I'm joking, but you never know. The good thing is that I actually know in what state the place is going to be handed over now. And I didn't know that before. I didn't know the full extent of their remit. So I didn't know whether I was getting the existing bathrooms, kitchen, whatnot, whether it would be handed over as a bare shell requiring decorating, carpets, whatnot, but no, it's not. It's going to be handed over as a bare shell, unfurnished, which obviously suits me, but all of the decorating, carpets will be done, and it will have brand new bathrooms, a brand new kitchen. So I'm really delighted about that, and I'm no longer going to obsess over it. I know what they're doing. It's going to be handed over in a state better than I hoped for, and it will happen when it happens. Now, the other project, which you can see here on your left hand side, that is the second project. It's a bigger project, but I've got an update on that one for you as well. The architects have signed off the plans and they have gone in for planning approval. There is not expected to be any kind of an issue with them. They should just be waved through, and work is scheduled to start in early February and scheduled to finish at some point in March, probably towards the end of March, because it's going to be like a 7 to 8 week project. Quite a lot of work needs doing. It needs the same kind of renovation that we've had upstairs, but it requires more structural work. We need to add an external entrance and exit plus a fire escape, I imagine. I haven't actually seen the plans. So next year could be a pretty busy one, and both of the projects could be landing in my lap kind of simultaneously. So I've got a lot more thoughts. about the project, a lot of which I discussed on last night's live stream. But what I plan to do, and it will be in the new year, the Airbnb project will be their own series, possibly 2 series. Yeah, probably each one will have a series of its own. So the title will be something like the Sherpa's Lodge / Airbnb project / episode 1 handover, something like that, and it'll go on like that. So they'll have their own episodes and they'll be individually numbered, and there'll be one for the Sherpa's Lodge, and then there'll be a separate series for the other one. That's where I see it going forward. I'm hoping that it's going to attract viewers and boost the channel. So to kick things off in the new year, I'm planning to do an initial episode for the Sherpa's Lodge where I explain the situation, set up the jeopardy of the fact that I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I don't know how Airbnb's worked. I've never worked in the hotel or guest house industry. I've got no experience, and ridiculously, I don't even know what my premises are. Yeah, I've been up there. I've seen a couple of rooms, but I haven't seen all of it. I don't know the full layout or anything like that. So hopefully that will whet some appetites and start bringing some people in. Oh God, I got the hiccups now. Oh God. So there you go. So that's your update for now, and yeah, I'll have a big old long gabble on the intro video to the Sherpa's Lodge series in the new year, after all of the madness of Christmas and the new year. Right, I'm going back to Radio 4 for a little while, turn the heater back up, and I will be back to say goodnight to all of you lovely people. I suppose I'd better not overtake the ambulance. I'm sure it's poor form. I wouldn't have been happy if somebody had done it to me when I was driving them. Oh dear. Gonna be a worried person and probably a worried family tonight. Sadness all around us, isn't there? Thoughts and prayers for whoever the ambulance is for. Right, well, that brings us to the end of the day and to the end of the video. I must thank you for your company as always. It just wouldn't be the same without you. And I would like to wish you all a safe and peaceful night ahead, and the best day possible tomorrow. I hope that you're warm and comfortable, and I hope that tomorrow brings you a little joy somehow, in some way. Take really good care of yourselves, my loves, and take care of those that you love and who love you. And I very much look forward to seeing you next time. There we are, home sweet home. Oh, a bit later than I thought. Oh well, still in plenty of time for the live stream. Okay, darlings, much love from me. Catch you tomorrow. No.